Hi, I'm Ryan Bodgwick, and I want to tell you a little bit about my life living without borderline personality disorder. For the longest time in my life, I'd say a good 31 years, I've lived with borderline personality disorder, and it was so difficult living with it. The anxiety, the rages that I would go into, just temperamental flare-ups and everything, and the depression, everything. It was just so much to bear that it was just so unmanageable for me. And I can remember after being in this whole cycle of emotions that I was in, that after I got out of these actual cycles of emotions, that I didn't want to do this anymore. I didn't want to keep doing this. But the more it would keep happening, the more that it would just get worse and worse and worse, and I would just keep trying to fight it and keep trying to battle against these emotions that I couldn't control. Like a good example I can give you. Let's say, for instance, if I'm home one day because I'm not working, which I'll say the jobs are really hard to have when you have borderline personality disorder. But let's just say that when I'm working in my life, that, I don't know, we use an example that I went to go pour myself a glass of milk, and the glass of milk spills, and now I could feel this little bit of just spike of anxiety, just like right in this area. It's small, but it's not very big, right? But it's enough to notice that, okay, I'm starting to go into this, what I like to call it as buckle up, or going for a ride. It's not enough to flare into a rage yet, but it's enough that you know, like, okay, it's coming on, I know it's coming on, and I just felt like there's nothing I can do to bring it back down. That let's just let it run its course. Hopefully it goes as fast as it can, so I don't have to cause so much destruction in my life around me. We use the glass of milk, for instance, and the glass of milk spills, and I feel a little spike of anxiety, like right in this area here, right in my gut. And every instance after that builds up a little bit more anxiety on top of that, to the point where one instance after another accumulates another level of anxiety spike, another level of anxiety spike, another one, another one, to the point where you're in a rage, and you're just so temperamental that you just feel it just blow up inside you, but you can control it, but you can't control it at the same time. My girlfriend comes home, and she might have had a bad day or something, whatever, and she says something to me, and I don't understand exactly what she says, and I mistake it because I'm in this already built up anxiety. So I'll ask her, I'm like, what did you say? And she'll explain herself, and she's so innocent in explaining herself, but I take it as a personal attack towards me. Next thing I know, we're in this heated argument. I'm screaming at her, and she's screaming back at me, and I'm screaming even louder back at her, and she's screaming louder back at me, and to the point where I'm in this whole feeling like, you know what, I'm gone. I could see myself outside of myself, knowing exactly what I'm doing, but I can't control myself. That I reach out to my girlfriend because she's there, and I'll want her to calm me down. She can't calm me down because of the fact that she doesn't know what's going on inside my mind. She doesn't know about the anxiety. She has no way to relate to it. So knowing that she can't relate to it builds up more of anxiety and spikes up even more. So before, when it was on a level 5, now it just spiked to a complete 10. And I'm just totally gone. Now I'm just completely unaware of everything that's happening. I just lose all track of time. And I know that I'm arguing. I know that I'm fighting. I know that I'm feeling so much anxiety, but I'm also feeling desperate that I don't want to be this way anymore. I want her to make me feel better. I might decide, okay, you know what, I need to walk out of the room to cool down a little bit. But when I go out of the other room, I feel like that I need to come back to get her to make me feel better. So anyway, after a while, I'll calm down from the rage, and I'll be at a calm level. I'll be even keel now, with no anxiety, nothing. Now, instead of getting into an anxiety spike, it's no longer feeling in here, it's a feeling of actually like my heart is hurting, to where I go into depression. And now I can't deal with the drama that I left in my life and the destruction that I left in her life. And she tries so hard to make me feel better. It depresses me even more that I'm completely alone now. I'm completely alone because nobody understands me. Nobody gets me. Nobody understands what I'm going through. Nothing. So I'm alone. Better in some way. So what I'll do is I'll end up maybe going out and grabbing myself a drink of beer. And that drink of beer makes me feel a little bit better, but I'm still feeling bad. So I want to drink another beer. And drink another, and drink another, and drink another, until next thing I know, I'm totally drunk. And that I'll come out of that. Even though at that point in time when I'm drinking, that I'll feel better at that time. But then I'll sober back up again, because at that time I feel like I don't need the alcohol anymore because I'm feeling like I'm coming back up. But then I'll see what damage I've caused there now. So I go into more of a depression because of that. I just feel so dead inside that maybe I might cause myself some kind of harm. The only way to feel anything is to feel pain. And if I inflict pain on myself, then at least I'm feeling something and not dead inside. It wasn't until a time that I discovered actually a DVD that I watched. It was called The Secret. And that was a changing point in my life where it started to change my outlook on life. And basically what The Secret teaches is that whatever you have in your life, you've attracted it to you based on the thoughts that you have in your mind. Now that didn't make any sense to me at first. But then it was like, you know what? I'm thinking about not wanting anxiety, not wanting depression, not wanting rages, not wanting to feel dead inside or lonely. But what The Secret was teaching was that you're still focusing on those words: depression, loneliness, anxiety, and you're still bringing those into reality. Even though you're saying you don't want those, you're still concentrating on them. Then I noticed a quote, and the quote says, "Insanity is truly defined as doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results." So that got me thinking, well, what can I do differently to not be borderline personality disorder anymore? So I thought, okay, The Secret's teaching that if I focus on this, then I will get what I'm focusing on. So I said, okay, instead of focusing my mind on not wanting anxiety, not wanting depression, not wanting rages, not wanting loneliness, whatever, that I would replace them with better feelings. I want to feel peace. I want to feel satisfaction. I want to feel comfort. I want to feel appreciation and appreciated. And that's when I started to notice my life starting to get better. There's a whole process that you have to go through in order to cure yourself of borderline personality disorder.